What's good, everybody? How y'all doing out there, man? It's the new legal. What's good, fam?
Nothing much, chilling.
Oh, damn, baby, what's up? You gonna leave me hanging?
Oh, my bad,
You trying to play on it? Nah, man. Look, we having fun up in here. Yo, one gamer to another gamer. But we just felt like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm a dress issue out here. The topic is VR gaming in general. We're not really pinpointing anything of any console or any VR headset or platform, but we just want to say that, Oculus Rift, the PlayStation VR, and, many other platforms that use VR as their source of entertainment, it never really was a big market, to the point where, even the mainstream doesn't really bring it up. And there's really a reason for that, because, around the world, if you look at worldwide situations, if the PlayStation VR only sold about 4 to 5 million of them things worldwide, that's not really remarkable. Because you got to look at the numbers and you got to dissect those numbers. If it was 5 million just in the US and 5 million in the UK or something like that, that's a big deal, because then that's all one consolidated figure. But it's not like that, and we really don't know all the specific details into the numbers. But not to hit them so hard, this is typically just more on the subject of VR in general, with it being a niche market. Now, what's funny is that, we get news that Sony once again had to close down another one of their VR studios, Manchester, in the UK, that was responsible for making VR games, and it comes out that they didn't even make one VR game. And it just goes to show you that a company like Sony is not really a concern of Microsoft. Phil Spencer has let it be known that, it's more of Google, it's more of Amazon, those bigger platform companies that are investing in their games and in the gaming industry. Regardless of what people think about the Stadia, it's Google. And Microsoft understands that Google is heavily invested in their cloud. Amazon heavily invested in their cloud. Apple's another one, heavily invested in their cloud. Now, what we do understand, and we do know this to be fact, that Sony doesn't have a huge cloud based infrastructure. Neither does Nintendo. So Microsoft isn't looking at them as strictly competitors as far as moving forward. You always have to move forward, right? You never want to stand still or limit your game to one hustle. So we understand, why PlayStation felt the need to go to VR. But what's funny is that when Phil Spencer said that VR doesn't look like it's a situation for them to invest in and to go forward, because of the way the market is. It's a very small market. And it's not something that they feel as in their company, something that they should invest in. Now, that doesn't knock anybody else. That's just for Microsoft and the Xbox brand. They feel like to put that time and that effort into something like that isn't going to really residual out for them. So, hey, man, you got to take the good with the bad. You got to understand that these people are running multi-million-dollar companies. We're not. So now that news has came out, it's not really making Phil Spencer look too stupid out here. For all those who criticized him, making it seem like he doesn't know how to help run a $1 trillion company. I mean, come on, man. It's insane. It's just another testament to folks are going to be let down in the near future. Xbox is going to be where gaming is being talked about. It's just a slow death process, man, for haters out there that's thinking that Xbox ain't going to have it together. They're not going to repeat 2013 with bad management, thinking that just because they had a high rise off the 360 that they could come in here and people are just going to jump right up on them. They're going to have their situation all taken care of. They're going to have their P's and Q's. They're going to dot their I's and cross their T's this time. because this is a generation of new technology, new ideas, groundbreaking effects within gaming itself, bringing gaming to a level that's never been done before. And so when you're thinking about a company that's going to push forth innovation, you have to look at Microsoft because they are a company that pushes forth innovation. They just got the best innovative and creative award last year, one of the highest awards that a company can get. They got that. So these are all facts. So once again, I mean, VR isn't dead. Nobody's saying it's dead. But VR is proving that it's not something that the masses take a hold of. I mean, when was the last time you saw somebody, even in these gaming streets, when have you seen the last time somebody brag about a VR game off the PSVR, off of Oculus? You know, when did they show, I mean, it's kind of going to be kind of hard to show, but when did you see anybody like hold their phones up and show you what somebody's doing? I mean, it's going to be hard to do that, but at least show your games, show what you're, what you have. Talk about your experiences. We don't even see that within the own PlayStation community. We don't see that. You don't see none of these guys talking about that stuff. You don't see their games and saying, hey, I've invested in 4 or 5 of these things or, any of that. So that right there tells you that it's a niche market and it's not even, something that is a big deal to the point where the masses are even talking about it or got their hands on it. It's something kind of additional. It's something that's of a recreational value with families and things like that. I look at it something towards like the Kinect, but better. You use the Kinect and stuff like that peripheral for fun games when you was involving multiple people. But I mean, with the VR, you can only have one headset. I mean, you put that on, it's pretty much a solo experience. So with that, I mean, once again, you got to give credit where credit is due. Phil Spencer is looking more and more like somebody that really knows what they're talking about. He's patient. He's not perfect, but he's patient. He sees all the mishaps. He's correcting them. And Xbox hasn't looked any better, man, than it's ever have. I mean, he can't make it look, more better than what he's been doing, except for keep going and making this reality of the Xbox Series X a reality for people, man. Because once he does that, then everything else is going to be validated, and then he will be cemented as one of the most influential guys to come in within a 5-year span and change a brand the way he has. It's going to be something to see. I'm rooting for him. I can see all their work. I mean, the Xbox team has been putting in a whole lot of work, man, and it's honorable mention. It's something that we just ain't going to sit here and ignore. So when it happens, and Xbox is for once on a level that it's never been seen before, it's going to be recognized for once as a top premier gaming force. Because let's let the truth be told is, Xbox is the younger cat out here. You have Nintendo, then we had Sega, then Sega fell, we got PlayStation, and then we got Xbox. Xbox is the only 2K born premier console, really. There really hasn't been a console in the 2K era to thrive and stay strong as Xbox. So, I mean, give it time. Its markets had to grow. Now they're virtual markets with the Azure cloud. I mean, you gotta look at this stuff. It's going crazy, man. They're doing something that ain't never been done before. They're gonna be reaching markets and areas that they never thought they could reach, with live only. So as things progress, and hey, man, Sony itself has even had to take bits of the Azure, man. I mean, the Azure had to actually do it. Because, I mean, cloud gaming is real. It's the future. Microsoft isn't leaning on to what Nintendo and Sony is doing, and people are just going to have to accept that. You can tell them all you want. Right now, they can ignore it and act like it's not going to happen. But the truth is, it's going to happen. Cloud gaming is the future. Streaming, playing off your mobile. They just want you playing, man. And the only platform that's going to give you the true gaming experience of their games Whether it does, and it's not gonna matter what device you use it on. That's Microsoft with Xbox. All the other ones have to give you a separation. Well, this version is mobile version, this version is console version. But with xCloud, it's gonna be that game. It's gonna have those achievements and everything. So it's not gonna matter where you play those Xbox games. It's just gonna matter if you playing them. Look at Game Pass. It's just killing it right now. So that's the kind of stuff that Microsoft is investing with Xbox. We can truly see now that VR just wasn't where it's at for Microsoft. And it's not looking really good for Sony either if they're closing down studios. So, that's it, man. Hey, you guys keep it gaming. We brought gaming to the streets and streets back to the gaming with this one. It's been the New Legal, man. I'm representing Di-RRec Gaming. We out of here.